separate targets all at the same time with perfect timing, all 4 people would be wrapped up at the same time, and they would instantly lose. And this was considered a strategy. This was a skillful strategy. You know, you had to, A, defend against that from happening, and B, the other team had to have perfect timing to land their pounces and land their smokes at the perfect time so that, you know, nobody got broken. And this was not possible in Left 4 Dead 2, and a lot of people were pissed off about it.
All right, and this match against AtroX and Highwind is underway. AtroX starting as Marines in control. They are doing a 3-2 split on the left and the right side. We got Highwind now in Skylights, 3 of their skulks in the vent. We usually see this kind of strategy. They just wait till the Marines build that and walk off, and then try to hit control. Highwind spawning in sub-sector, which is very lucky for them, not spawning in pipeline, and gives them a chance for this game. We see that the sys chain has already gone to nanogrid, and they have claimed 2 RTs there with Bacon in there as a gorge.
Yeah, and I will mention that I was just playing this map earlier today, and one thing I noticed that I had not realized is there was a recent map update to this map. There used to be I guess like a wall plate in Skylights that would allow Marines to climb up into that vent in Skylights.
Yeah,
that's well, that's no longer there. It has been
even
removed
in pubs.
In pubs, it has been completely removed from the map.
Good, yeah, I used to use that all the time.
I know, right?
Love that thing. And the RT goes down in Skylights. Those 3 skulks there, that's basically all they did. They just waited until those guys left and then took that down. Shade Hive has been completed, so we're seeing them go Shade as first. That's quite interesting, and we see that RT being dropped again. Marshall and Gendler in Skylights gonna retake that, and we see 2 Marines now. Destruct in Havoc, sneaking in Wide Junction, gonna get the pounce on in Nanogrid, but Striker knows that they're there, and he gets tagged on the ceiling, and we see Rax and Baconlicious in there trying to defend.
Yeah, but you can see that Sergeant Peppers is creeping around from the other side. There are plenty of Hydras in there. That means Destruct Lol is going to go down very quickly. They didn't even need Sergeant Pepper's help. But we do see that Devox is coming in to assist, but he's way too late for that. He's going to have to retreat. Sergeant Peppers is flanking around. Gendler and Marshall have both shown up. Rax is there. He's going to have to run away. He gets caught around the corner. Sergeant Peppers is going to come in. He's going to get taken down as well by Marshall. Striker as well is going to come in, but he's going to be able to get at least 1 kill before he has to run away. And again, we talk about this a lot. Lurks streaming in 1 at a time is incredibly ineffective. We do see that Devox and Gendler are going to run in here. Devox is almost going to get taken down by those Hydras, but Gendler's going to push on Baconlicious. Baconlicious is going to go down, so that gorge is gone. Devox is going to try and run in, but he gets taken out by the Hydra, so Baconlicious kill from the grave. And here come Havoc and Destruct to take out Nanogrid as more and more Highwind players keep rushing in. Rax comes in, Peppers comes in, he's going to get taken down. There are now 3 Marines in Nanogrid. This is going to be a bad situation. If they lose Nanogrid this early on in the game, they're going to regret it, and it's going to punish them for the rest of the game. Definitely going to lose at least one of those RTs. Probably going to lose both unless they can get a coordinated push. But you can see that over in system waypointing and West Junction, Devox is getting interdicted. He's not going to be able to make it there, but he is distracting Baconlicious and Tequila from going in and retaking Nanogrid. I think they're going to try and make a push north.
Yeah, and it looks like Tequila, Peppers, Striker, Rax, a lot of their team, plus, why not, a Drifter comes in there. Marshall goes down. Devox is in trouble. He goes down. Those health packs aren't enough, and they are now streaming in to control. There's a beacon. They got to get out of there.
Yeah, that's not going to work out for them. But it has cleared out Nanogrid. It has cleared out Nanogrid, so you're probably going to see at least one of these guys rush back to Nanogrid to reestablish that base of operations. We do see that another Harvester has been dropped there, so they are going to definitely be looking to reclaim that before the AtroX guys can get back down there.
Yeah, and we are seeing now, just like you said, the team is streaming back in there. Big push coming in from AtroX. They're coming in from both sides, 3 and 2. This is going to be very, very interesting. Oh, but those 2 on the side, Havoc and Destruct, are actually going to C12, and those 3 other Marines are going to be stuck on trying to take Nanogrid by themselves.
There's four of Highwind's players there. Peppers is there. In fact, the entire team is there. We do see Striker go down to a pistol, but Gendler and D-Vox are already up in there, and that second Harvester is already down to 44%. There are so many of them in the area. Sergeant Peppers is I guess, upgrading in the vent. I think he's probably going to be going Gorge since they did lose a Gorge earlier. We do see up in Topographical, Rax is hitting on that res node, so doing a little bit of res deny, and this is a very actually good position for Highwind to be in. They have 4 res nodes, and AtroX only has 3. Rax is going to hide behind that little ledge, and Marshall, I think, knows he's there. He's going to be swinging around the side, and Rax is going to have to make a pounce here. He's going to get absolutely caught out of position. He's going to get taken out quite easily, but look at this. Sergeant Peppers did not go Gorge. He went Lurk. They are already pushing out at least one Lurk. They're probably going to have a second one coming out here soon. I'm assuming it's going to be Rax. We'll see what they can do now that they have these lurks out, and maybe see if they can hold on to Nanogrid a little better than they have been up until this point.
Yeah, Nanogrid is definitely a point there that is going to be contested. It looks like AtroX is going to try to fight hard to keep getting that out.
Oh,
look at here, Destruct
this,
and Havoc coming into Cargo. 13% grown on that Hive, 36% health, and we got Rax and Peppers coming in there. Havoc gets tagged, he gets down. Destruct is the only one left there. Peppers gets taken out. Wow, Baconlicious and Rax in there. Wow, and Destruct goes down. But they do know that that Hive is there, and look what we have. D-Vox and Gendler coming in through Y Junction, building that power. It doesn't look like they have phase gates researched yet, but they could put down an armory there and at least hold that until phase gates get done. But Tequila attacks, he goes down. Sergeant Peppers coming through the vent along with Baconlicious, D-Vox and Gendler, the only ones in Y Junction at this point, and it looks like these guys are they're just covering each other's backs. They don't know where the attack is going to come from.
This Hive down in Cargo is now 50% grown, and we do see that at least one RT has gone down elsewhere on the map, so that's going to bring AtroX down to 4 RTs, and they have cleared out Y Junction a little bit too, quickly enough so that Destruct is not able to reinforce. He's going to come down for that Hive, but I don't know if this is going to be a good situation for Highwind. They were able to save that Hive, which is great, but they lost a Lurk in the process, and having already lost a Gorge up in Nanogrid, losing that Lurk is really going to set them back. Sergeant Pepper is now only on 12 res. They do have plenty of guys who can go Fade relatively soon. They are on 41, 39, and 42 res for 3 of their players, but they have no lurks on the field. And the lurks at this juncture of the game are typically extremely important for defending their res nodes. And you can see that they're going to be punished for it as Nanogrid is already being taken down again by Gendler.
Yeah, it looks like right now AtroX is doing a good job keeping them busy with Nanogrid and stuff like that. But I mean, if we look at this map, Highwind does have pretty good map control, but look at the res. If you look at the res, they look pretty even.
Yeah,
we see a nice bone wall happen right there on Nanogrid.
Very good defensive bone wall to keep that Harvester alive. I want to say that it's even in terms of res, but you have to remember that it has been pretty even. It has been almost identical in the number of res nodes that these teams each have for the most part. And you can see if you look at the res map that they're pretty much on the same amount of res, 250 to 275. But that's actually a really bad position for AtroX to be in. AtroX, as Marines, typically is going to need a lot more res than the aliens. And you can see that Highwind already has a fade out on the field in the form of Rax. He did get taken down pretty low, as they do not have Carapace. They've been running on silence this whole time, and that is impressive to me. The fact that they've been able to do this all without Carapace is pretty awesome.
It just shows that most of the team play there is definitely, probably better at evading and landing their bites. For them to go silence, they want that surprise in the fight and make sure that first bite or first hit goes to them. Right now, we're seeing Rax come down through East Junction into C12. It's their only fade, and he comes through to the dome. 66% built on that phase gate. He goes down, and that phase gate is in trouble as Tequila and Rax start to take it down. I do hear the recycle sound, so that might get recycled. Weapons, too, has started. D-Vox and Gendler coming down through West Junction back into Nanogrid. Now, I don't know. It seems that they are just really committing to this Nanogrid just too much of the game.
Yeah,
I've seen teams lose this way. Like they get so
absolutely
focused on nanogrid, and then it's like you're never gonna get it, and then they end. The aliens end up out teching them. Later in the game because all the resources get thrown at nanogrid.
And what I'd like to point out here is that while Rax is on a fade right now, and he is very close to being taken out there as he rushes through, I believe that was C12, but he is on a fade, but he still has 52 res. That means that's a T-res fade. So, clearly that means that there is plenty of res coming in for this alien team. They are now on 5 res nodes, which is more than enough.
Yeah, and we're seeing Destruct and Marshall just pushed him back. They were in system waypointings. He gets pushed back all the way to subsector. He's trying to make that push into Destruct and Marshall, but he's got to watch out. Those are level 1 shotguns in the hands of those two guys, and we know from last week how good a shot Marshall is.
Yeah, and level 2 weapons is about to finish here, but I want to point out that down in Pipeline, Havoc was able to take out 2 Skulks who were harassing him with that shotgun and is able to get a phase gate up, so they now have a position in Pipeline where they can start harassing cargo.
You guys have seen from Striker's point of view this fight in system waypointing. He just takes down Gendler. That was so fast that even my first person didn't even catch it. Oh my gosh. And now these two fades, Striker and Rax, going into Skylights. He makes a right turn there, kills Marshall as he runs over a mine, and now they are in control. Oh, Striker goes down!
And this is the problem with this late Carapace. I don't know if Striker even had Carapace at that point. Carapace is up now, but I think they were already engaged before Striker was able to get that to do that evolution to get Carapace up. So that may have been a little bit of unwise aggression from him. We'll have to check with them after the game to see whether that is actually the case.
Yeah, and a big fight happening in Skylights. The aliens just beat down 3 of AtroX's Marines. They do have a phase gate now. It went to Pipeline. They do have a CC up, so AtroX gaining a little bit of map control. They have 4 RTs, which is okay for the Marines, and I have to say, this is pretty exciting. I don't know where this game is going to go because I know AtroX's power in just their play, so what can happen at this point, I don't know.
Yeah, but you do see Rax is kind of harassing up in control, and the interesting thing here is that while Highwind is definitely, on the overall res advantage, again, they're very, very even. In fact, they are actually perfectly even right now in total res collected, as Atrox does lose 1 more res node there, so they're down to 3, which is not enough for Marines. But Atrox has done a much better job of burning through Highwind's, res that they're spending. So we have seen them lose a Lurk, we've seen them lose a Gorge, we've seen them lose a Fade. So while they seem to have the res advantage, they're losing enough of these fights that it could actually wind up being, more to Atrox's advantage than it may appear at first glance.
Yeah, and now we're seeing Striker just takes down one of the Marines in Pipeline. 33% on that phase gate. Destruct comes around the corner and tags him, saves that phase gate.
Yeah, but there are 2 fades coming in right behind him. Havoc comes in, he tries to get a shotgun on Tequila, but misses. Rax is here to take down Destruct. We do see Gendler facing through. There's a nano shield on Destruct, and these fades are going to have to get out of there. There is a Drifter there, so if they wanted to, they could get a little bit of Enzyme and probably take out this 4 Marine group, but that's pretty dangerous, at any rate.
That looks like it would be a little bit overcommitment on their part if they tried to do that. They are sitting pretty right now with map control. I mean, pull up this map. They are sitting on 6 RTs. I mean, they control basically this part of the map, guys. We're seeing some attacks in topographical Skylights.
And I want to point out that they have cut off Pipeline from the rest of the map. So you can see that this is brilliant shade placement. Look at this. Look at the shade in the dome hallway for those 2 Crags and the Harvester in C12. That's just unbelievable. That's really intelligent placement.
That's great placement. Oh, we're seeing now a fight up in Cargo. Devox in there, Havoc in there, Destruct goes down. Devox is the only one left. Great micro with that shade, putting out that ink. In Cargo, if you guys don't know what ink does, it basically is damage absorb, right?
No, it's
Sorry.
blind. It's a blind. It makes the entire area black for
I was thinking
and very
Umbra,
murky.
my bad.
Yeah. It makes the entire area black. And what some people don't realize is that unlike camouflage, which you get from the shade, by default, ink will actually block scans. So a lot of teams are starting now to use ink to block arc rushes.
And you guys are seeing from the point of view from Tequila right now in utility, those two Marines pushing in. He is with one of the lurks, and it looks like he's luring the Marines out.
Yeah, and you should note that Tequila actually was just retreating back from Pipeline because he was down there during that push in Cargo taking out the observatory in Pipeline. So right now, there's no obs in Pipeline. Oh no, Tequila getting an enzyme, but he is already down to half health. A shotgun shot
Great bone wall!
Awesome bone wall.
Wow!
The micro by this commander is insane.
Who is this guy? Deathman. Wow! I mean, I've never seen such great micro. And look, in main base, Rax taking out the observatory. 13%, 5%. It's down. No more beacon. And we have one Marine coming up. Phase Tech has been lost.
Oh, goodness. Gendler's going to respawn, but he's just on an assault rifle, so he's going to get taken out quite quickly. Ritual is going to get out of the chair, the hive. But Baconlicious is there to support. Gendler is probably going to go down here. He does. Rax got out of there very quickly, though. Baconlicious is going to go down. Rax is going to come back in. He's only at half health. This is a very dangerous position for him. He's going to have to back out. He's so low. He's going to make the escape, though.
Wow. Wow, it's such great engagements that we're seeing right now, and we're seeing Sergeant Peppers now taking down Havoc as he tried to escape in a pipeline. He gets away. Tequila is almost down. Oh my gosh, they almost lose a fade. 16% on Tequila.
This is really impressive play from Highwind because one of the things you can note here is that of all the top-level teams, their fades and their lurks are exceptional at getting out with just a tiny bit of health, doing the absolute maximum impact they can without dying. And Highwind is absolutely showing their capability in that regard.
Yeah, you guys just saw Sergeant Peppers from first person take out Gendler in topographical. Such great lurking. He's moving now into control, just harassing. We see a prototype lab being dropped in control 16 minutes into this game, so we're going to start seeing probably jetpacks, a little bit of higher tech coming out. Prototype lab has been completed. They need to get jetpacks to compete.
Yeah, there's really nothing they can do at this point. I mean, look at how
look at Skylights.
Position. Yeah, look, it's again with that shade around the corner for those. It's brilliant. I mean, again, the micro from Tequila goes down. That's a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, but Rax cleans it up. I mean, Tequila is where is he at? He's sitting on 49 res.
He's gonna have another fade here.
He'll have another fade in a second. They're sitting on 43 T res.
Rax is at 100 res. Baconlicious at 73.
Yeah, and we're seeing now they're just leaving that RT alone at 43%. They have basically a little crag shade base here. Jetpack research has been started. Now they're coming in. This is bad for AtroX. They basically got caught here. And again, I'm attributing a little bit of this to their so much of focus that they spent on Nanogrid.
Yeah, as Scaredy Bob said in the stream chat, Nano is a huge trap for Marines unless they're going to be arcing it, and they seem to have fallen into it early on. And they only may have spent I don't think they spent too horribly long on it. I would say probably an extra minute and a half more than they probably should have, but that clearly has been enough to turn the tables here.
Yeah, the little skirmish there in Skylights, Tequila and Striker come out victorious on there. We're seeing that Baconlicious was biting that RT in main Marine base, 56%, that's down. And we're seeing now an attack by Destruct and Havoc into C12 with those...
He's running into those cracks.
He's like, what is this? Oh my god, there's stuff here!
And Tequila's going to come in, though, and reinforce. Oh, but he's going to almost get caught. Oh, wow, he was so close to getting stuck on that ladder.
Yeah.
I really thought he was going to go down.
Well, they are now finding that stuff is there. They're trying to clean it up, but we're seeing now Striker in Skylights just sitting around that corner. Gendler and Devox coming around the corner for this engagement. They don't know that they are right there. Devox is going to get pounced!
Ambush. Oh, and look at this. Rax has gone Onos in Skylights. Here comes the Onos.
Oh my gosh, you guys saw that from Gendler's point of view, seeing the Onos come around the corner.
Yeah, this is a dangerous position for AtroX, and they've done a pretty good job. You know, jetpacks are out. They have level 2 shotguns. They have level 2 armor. This is not undoable for them, but here it comes. Rax already down to half health. Again, these jetpacks are going to give them the opportunity, but, you know, with Striker on fade, it's going to be a tough sell. Striker is going to go down. Oh. So does Sergeant Peppers, as that Onos just goes dashing back to Skylights.
Look at these bone walls. Like, another bone wall went down in Skylight right when Rax came around the corner as the Onos. Bone wall right behind him because the Marines were shooting him. I mean, it was great.
Baconlicious, yeah, that was down in Pipeline. Baconlicious was able to take out the face gate in Pipeline, but he lost his Onos in the process. There are 4 Marines down there, but that's the thing. They're stuck down there. There is no. They're going to have to beacon, and they do get beaconed up to try and take out Rax, who is very, very low, and he needs to run away. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Why? Why, Highwind? Why?
But again, there's 7 RTs.
Yeah, and look in Pipeline. We got Striker, Tequila, Sergeant. Yeah, they don't care. 60%. They're going down. This is a. Oh, this is it. This is over. This is a GG. I mean,
they just don't care.
They don't care right now. Look at all the res they're sitting on. Striker 65, 58.
I mean, there's going to be another Onos here within the next 2 minutes if it even goes that long.
Yeah, and we see jetpack research has been lost because that second CC just went down. So no more jetpacks for the Marine team. AtroX just really fighting an uphill battle right now.
Absolutely.
They are in trouble. AtroX is definitely in trouble.
They need to get a hive down right now. If they can get a hive down right now with these jetpack rush, which they do have 3 jetpackers pushing into cargo, they're going to turn around and try and get Sergeant Peppers because he is chasing. They're going to go ahead and push into cargo, maybe get a hive kill here. They're going to try and go for that shade first of all, I think. There's the ink, and again, brilliant micro coming out from Deathman.
I love
and
this
here
guy.
come the reinforcements. Tequila is there, and Destruct Lol is already solo. The entire enemy team is down in cargo. This is going to be a big problem. AtroX is going to lose all of those jetpacks, all of those shotguns, and
I think, they got mopped up.
Yeah.
Look at this map, guys. I'm going to circle the little area that they control. Yeah, there you go. That's the GG from AtroX. Wow, what a match on this.
I have never seen a team that is this... I don't know what the term is, cavalier with their life forms, come out with such a decisive win.
You know what? And my question is, where did Highwind come from? Who are these guys? Like, wow, they have really impressed me after this match.
You know, we'll see. We'll see how AtroX responds because, you know, now that they've seen how Highwind is playing, you know, you may see a little bit of a counter. This is one of those things where this is a strategy that you can definitely come out and surprise the enemy team with. You can definitely surprise an enemy team with this kind of strategy.